Hey everyone, Rick here, and folks, I thought I would show off this weekend's Dicey Depths scenario. So this is Village Under Siege. We have a castle taken over by attackers. Who are they? Well, actually in the beginning of the scenario, we have this army marching in from a couple sides of the village, and they're going to be taken over, folks. There's no question about it. So then the adventurers arrive after the takeover has taken place, and they are going to work their way through this village to get to the castle to eliminate the final boss. It's somewhat of an introductory scenario, but I'm recording this before the session. However, I'm probably not going to post it online till after because this is major spoilers. What are we going to be doing? Well, let me grab one of these things to show you. I've done this before. All of these village buildings are actually going to be covered up, and I'll show you in a second. We'll do a cutaway, and basically I'm going to have black poster board over all of the buildings. So as the adventurers move into the village and choose which building they want to rescue first, essentially it's going to be an encounter in every single one of these dwellings. Watch my Dicey Depths campaign introduction stuff if you're ever curious about how it all works. But essentially, there are multiple shops. We've already rolled up what this province is going to contain. So we know that there is an enchanter. We know in this town there is a chapel that I can't remember what the deity is they pray to there, but praying there may provide the adventurers with some kind of a blessing. We also have an inn. Every town or village has an inn. We have a blacksmith. And what was the other one? So we have a chapel, an enchanter, a blacksmith. Oh, that's right. And a bakery, butcher shop. Basically, places where they can get food. And then the rest of these dwellings are just private residences. But everything, I think I show it in my campaign flow. I have a list of things that you can purchase at the blacksmith, a list of things that you can purchase at the enchanter, and so on. So, as they work their way through town, they have to uh, save each of these dwellings. There's going to be soldiers in every single one of these. We're going to roll randomly to determine how many there are. So let's say they start here. They enter this building. It is revealed to be the enchanter. Roll up to see how many soldiers are in there. A combat ensues. And then for the rest of the session, they now have access to the enchanter through which they can purchase various and sundry items. And then let's say they come over here, reveal that to be the blacksmith. Now they have access to the blacksmith, access to the inn, and so on. Of course, some of these private residences don't do a whole lot for them, but that is part of the scenario. They have to rescue each of these in between moving from one building to another, kind of like in the dungeon crawl scenarios. Moving from room to room, in between rooms, could potentially be traps. But in this outside overland scenario, it is potentially someone on the watchtowers picking them off with crossbows or longbows. So they'll roll for that. Or maybe there's other events that may happen as they stray into the streets. Additionally, the whole town is populated with NPCs that are under attack, but also trying to live their lives in between the takeover, which means the town is ripe for the pick-in for NPC encounters. We have that NPC encounter deck, so they can choose whoever they want to go up to. They want to go up to this guy chopping wood. They want to go up to this poor beggar under the lantern. Plus, aren't all these like LED things so cool? I'm going to have to turn off the lights in a second to show you just how cool that is. But yeah, so there's so many NPCs that they can speak with. But it's just going to be, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. I may or may not play in it myself, depends on how many people we have. If there are 4 adventurers, then I will just run the opponents, the bad guys. But if we have 3 or less adventurers, I also would like to be an adventurer because I have a new adventurer class that I'd like to try out. But overall, this is the Village Under Siege scenario. We just cobbled this up. So instead of, going from room to room, it is now from building to building across town. Once all of the buildings have been cleared, it is time to march on the castle itself. And I actually I stuck the big bad inside of here. So him and his minions, this is the general. These figures are so cool. These are old metal figures. This individual is the general in charge, and he is going to be the big bad guy they must face after they take out his personal retinue. Don't tell them that, though. So that is inside of here. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, I mean, it gives players a chance to not only do some just mass amounts of combat, but as they rescue these various buildings, they're going to be able to get the benefit of whatever it is, because they're going to be earning money during the course of the adventure as well. And then they can spend some of that on the blacksmith. He is more than willing, since you rescued him, to, I don't know if he'll give you much of a discount, but he is going to allow you his services in exchange for that. So yeah, I just wanted to do a relatively quick video on this. Let's go ahead and take a look now, though, at how it looks all covered up. All right, folks, and here is everything all covered up, which honestly doesn't look too bad, right? I tried to cut out the shapes as the building silhouettes. I mean, how cool would actual roofs have been this size? That would actually be pretty cool. But this black cardstock, I bought so many sheets of it. I don't even know if it's cardstock. It's more like poster board. But it works so perfectly. I just cut it to shape. And then when they decide to enter this building, ba-bam. All right, that's the blacksmith. Or, for example, we have here, boom. Oh, it's just a private little residence. Man, we were trying to find the enchanter. Where's the enchanter at? Oh, over here is where the enchanter was. So some of them are going to be pretty obvious. Like I have the blacksmith forge outside here with kind of an open covered porch area where all the smithing actually happens. So I mean, that's probably a giveaway. Another pretty easy one to potentially identify is the chapel. I mean, those windows look very chapelish, and of course right next to the cemetery. But that is how everything looks all covered up. Quick peek with the lights off. Super hard to tell what's what here, except the castle. The castle looks pretty sweet, all lit up. But the various lanterns on the street and inside the dwellings, all flickering. It is very, very cool. All right, folks, and that is it. I hope that was interesting to you. I know every time I do one of these Dicey Depths scenarios, sometimes I forget to take some video of the actual encounters themselves. But I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. This Saturday, we are doing it again. Hopefully, we'll have a full house. But yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And until next time.